Gas mask on. nowhere to go. But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer.
Yes, cause this one's a screamer. All right, folks, here we go with another What the Beep. Fuck, I'll say it. We're 10 minutes in. With me, Slim Cyborg, and with the Stream Pervs. So, I hope you're ready to find out, are carrots food? This is one of the dumbest things that I've come across recently, so this is why I was like, we're doing this. And I felt like it fit into its own category, unlike tomorrow, which is crackpot conspiracies, because of all the insane things she said, and I figured that we could make a whole episode out of it. So, fuck it, here we blow. Let's go ahead and bring in our co-host.
But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
Yes, I guess you're right. How's it?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
Good.
Hmm.
Do you like my background with the handful of carrots with no arms?
Yeah, that's yeah.
It's creepy as fuck. I was like, it did it, it's there, but fuck it, we're doing it. All right, let's go ahead and do some intros and say hello to the little chats and then get into the itty of the Akramaracy.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard. Action Bastard, I need you. Action Bastard, I need you. Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second, are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead. You're stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, you're stupid. All right, let's say hello to the cinema chat, and we have a Stop the Stupidity.
Hey, stop.
And we have their commercial for being a channel sponsor.
Attention, new New Yorkers! Stop acting so stupid!
Yes. Taylor and Jasper.
Hey, Jazz.
We have a Dorb.
Dorby.
We have a Dave.
Hey, Dave.
All hail Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Everybody is so far. All right.
Yeah.
Folks.
Where are the people at?
Well, we have a bunch of people in the sentiment chats for sure. I don't know where all the rest of our freaks are, but let's go ahead and so really quick. Speaking of devils, to help if anybody would help out and help pay for gas, it'd be great. If we get collective amount of $20 from the different things, I'll eat a bug. I didn't get paid from YouTube this month, so just need a little bit of gas money. That'd be awesome. If you get and hey, Carrie, welcome.
Hey, Carrie.
Yes, all hail Bigfoot. So let's go ahead and get into the insanity of this. I think most of us know what the carnivore diet is, right? Let's just do this really quick. And then we'll get into what these crazy people are saying. So we're going to go over maybe 2 other content creators. So it says the carnivore diet consists entirely of meat and animal products, excluding all other foods. They say that it can aid in weight loss, mood issues, blood sugar regulation.
Mood issues. Oh yeah, if you're not moody enough, you like that sounds like such an extremely unhealthy diet. Well,
yes.
Basically any diet that excludes a lot of things is unhealthy, but
yeah, it should be a balance of stuff. The carnivore diet is a restrictive diet that only includes meat, fish, and other animal foods like eggs and certain dairy products. It excludes all other foods, including fruits, vegetables, linguines, grains, nuts, and seeds. You don't do this. Do not do this. Don't do this. Do not do this, everybody. Jesus Christ. So now we're going to hear this crazy lady, and she is going to tell us how. Yes, eat more pussy. Yes, Carrie's got it. Eat more pussy. Totes.
Yep. Yeah, I'll do that this weekend.
Yes, I will do that this weekend as well. So
tell her I say hi.
Yeah, I will. So let's go ahead and now listen to this crazy lady. Let's see. I think I can do this. Yes. Now let's do this. What about carrots?
And once you know this, you can't unknow it. A lot of these plants we eat, like carrot, people think are food. They're not food. The orange carrot was created at the turn of the 18th century, and we act like they've been around since the turn of time.
This is a wild.
They have been.
Also known as Queen Anne's Lake.
Thank you very much, Captive Desk. The whole thing was, though, is that I need it on PayPal or whatever. I know I didn't specifically say that, but thank you. It will get to me next month. Thank you very, very much. You rock.
Yeah, he's got a great video for that.
What, eating pussy or gas money?
No. But when somebody is awesome in the side chat, he's got an awesome You Rock video.
This thing? Is it this one?
No, Dave.
Oh, Dave has one. Okay.
Yeah.
We had, okay, yep. Okay. This creator is, yeah, she is insane. So, and we have an Alderman, elbows up.
Hey, Ollie, elbows up. No, she's not insane. She's smart. She's manipulating people.
Yeah, no, she's doing it.
She's actually being smart.
Yeah, she's selling books and doing it for money. And yes,
they're far from the sweet and tender carrots we're used to. Through selective breeding practices that began in the 18th century, agronomists transformed these wild roots into the big orange carrots we see today.
No. What most people don't know is that Queen Anne's...
By the way, that was a fake documentary that she had made herself.
Yeah.
And like the carrots, like how we have them, have been around, maybe not as big. And like, yes, at some point we, the Dutch, made them or selectively bred them to be mainly orange.
And
because
they were always
orange
like,
is the color of our royal family.
Okay.
That's why you've got orange
carrots.
Carrots, yeah. Because of our
yeah,
dumbass.
weren't they like I'm gonna say this in a weird way, like almost like a micro potato, or they were just a small little nodule with
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I think that originally they were this little white little pod thingy mobobbers, but yeah, and I think there were like 3 colors or something. And
Yeah,
then like you said, then you all bred them to look like that, just like we've done with everything. Bananas look like bananas because we have selectively taken those versions that we want and use that version, even though there's 20 different at the least species of banana or whatever it's called. So I mean, yeah, we've everything. This cunt says this while she doesn't look at a cow. She doesn't look at a goat. She doesn't look at the meat animals and say they were fucking bred. She doesn't look at dogs. I know we don't eat dogs, but she doesn't look at everything else we've done in this world, which is manicure everything.
Not in the West.
Versus loads? What do you mean?
Well, like in Eastern countries, they do eat dog.
Okay, sure. But you see what I'm saying, right? And they do eat a certain breeds, but that's what I'm getting at. And like in India is one of the only places where they don't breed their cows.
Hey,
Tubian. To be a specific thing, but so that's the most natural version of what a cow would technically look like.
No, it's still bred.
I know, but I know what you're saying, but our versions are not
to be so overproductive because they're. I don't know how healthy for a cow to produce as much as they produce these days.
If we were to look at an Indian cow on a farm that is just used regularly, just as
no, they don't use they don't use cows on the farm like they're holy. You don't touch them.
You don't. They don't take their milk or anything.
I don't think so. No.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
So once again,
I believe they don't.
So once again, if we were to look at a photo of one of them comparatively to our fucking black and white dairy cows, oh my Jesus Christ, they don't look like almost the same species. So this bitch is talking about how we've manicured vegetables. We've done it to
almost think they're different kinds.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm getting at. If we put them side by side, they would look different. It's just like looking at a wolf and looking at a dachshund. Same difference, lady.
Yeah.
We've done this to everything. Everything's been manicured so that it's more fun for us. Taste, the look. That's why they're orange. That's why they have a certain shape. That's why we think of them in a certain way. Same with everything. Your beefsteak has to be cut a certain way so that.
Yeah, but is that also why horses have such big dicks? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, they've been manicure them to get them bigger cocks on horses. I don't know what you said. I don't remember if you said horses or not. But anyway, you've been wrong your whole life about carrots. Executively. Once again, this twat is just talking out her arsehole because everything's been fucking manicured. There's fucking chemicals in everything.
I think this is mainly a response to vegans. Otherwise, why would you such stupid nonsense?
Because what she's doing, she found a niche.
Besides
she can write books on it. Yeah, well, that's what it is. She found a niche. She can write books on it. She can make money. Her and her father, or her father at least supposedly got out of cancer from this diet or something. She supposedly tried every diet. We're going to go over this in a minute. We'll go over this. This is the beginning of this bullshit because I have a bunch of stuff for us to go over. Let's just listen.
Lace, the root itself, was used as the morning after pill. It is so toxic, it will abort a fetus. And yet,
So were tomatoes, not to abort fetuses, but tomatoes were very toxic until we
Yeah, but also
them, right?
Also, things that would cause an abortion are not necessarily toxic to adult humans, not even to kids.
Yeah, you shove it up your pussy, it's going to be a completely different story. I'm just kidding.
No, but a fetus is something totally different. Like if it is something that prevents your body from letting an egg nest in your womb.
Yeah.
It causes an abortion. Doesn't mean it's toxic.
No. And or if it causes an enzyme not the mom not to make an enzyme or something, right? It would be something like that. But anyways, let's crack on with this cunt whistle because and I'm gonna keep calling you that. And Candi Frazier, go ahead and try to sue me, you twat.
yes, it's not as toxic now that we've bred the poison out of them, but this is the root, and we're feeding them to our fucking kids. And it's
Okay.
Go ahead.
What's she saying? Ooh, they're toxic. But we took the toxins out of it, so it's not that toxic anymore. And look what she's gonna say, like, oh, are you gonna feed that toxic shit to your kid?
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't toxic anymore.
Yeah, and it's not. Yeah, and she just said it wasn't toxic. But what do you have to do with eggs, milk, and meat?
Yeah.
You still have to process them and make them edible. There's not restaurants where you just walk up and there's just a side of an animal that you just walk up and chew out of like a lion would or an animal in the wild. You have to cut it up into proportions. You have to make sure that it stays a certain temperature. You have to cook it a certain way. Even if you make it rare, it still has to be cold enough before it gets to you so it doesn't spoil. And then all of these other things. What is your point, lady? Everything can be toxic. Like meat isn't excluded. And I know we're barking into the wind, right? I think is the term. Into the dark. We're barking in the dark or whatever. Where this isn't going to go anywhere, and everybody here already knows how dumb this is. So let's keep cracking on. And thank you all for being here. Please, if you could become a member, it's only $2 a month. If you send money to the PayPal or the Venmo, if we get monies, I'll eat bugs. And just need a little bit of money for gas, so we can just in case. So if we get $20 in one of the apps, then I will, and I'll include your $10 as well, Dave. Don't worry about that; it will be included. And if we get 10, then I'll eat a bug.
Yeah, that's how inclusive we are.
Yes. And screw you, lady. I'll eat bugs.
It's got to stop. I don't want to see babies eating herbs that are able to abort a fetus. That is what Queen Anne's lace looks like, and this is what we've created today.
See, this is what I was talking about, because there's 3 different colors. So there's like the one that looks like this white almost, with the green, the purple, and that's, I think, more natural is the purple one, I think. And then orange is the one that we have bred just so that it can, like Brainless was saying, for a reason.
This is the clown food. Do you guys see it? Do you see how it looks like it should be in a circus?
You look like you should be in a circus, lady. What are you talking about? And I am in a circus, so I can fucking say that. What are you talking about, you fucking weird twat? Jesus Christ, you cunt. Okay. So now I want to get into the next video that she has. Is about.
Thomas got some to say again. Yes, it was used as a contraceptive for abortions. But there is no scientific data that it would even work like that.
Yeah,
one
that's
of
what
those
we're doing.
things. Oh,
Yeah, and that's what we're doing
like
right now.
they,
Yeah,
they
it's that one.
that's what they tried to use it for, I guess. That's what you could say. But like, but scientific research has not confirmed any such effects. And there's no evidence. Okay.
I don't know. She does hate the circus. Fuck her. Circus is awesome.
And again, that is the seed and the flower.
Yeah, it's not the
not
root.
the root.
Not the root.
Go eat the flower of a potato.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna get sick.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we eat like the root of the agave plant or drink the root of it and not the leaves. There's a reason why you eat the banana of the plant, not the fucking leaves. There's a reason why you. Anyway, so this is even funnier and brainless. I think most of us have heard two other content creators going over this. So these are the two videos they have used. We're going to go over some other content of hers, but here we blow. Here is how meat's not toxic.
Plants were always toxic to us. Meat never was. This is a list of meat that is deadly toxic to humans. Polar bear liver, because it's high in vitamin A. Too much vitamin A will kill us. Raw shark, because it's high in urea. We've got the puffer fish, it's a neurotoxin, and the Nemora jellyfish. I don't think humans spent much time trying to hunt those guys. These are the only meat.
Scorpion tail, and like there's quite a few.
Haven't people just recently died and or almost died from eating certain frogs that weren't cooked all the proper
there's
way?
A lot of frogs that are poisonous. Yeah,
almost every amphibian, and there's meat on them.
Poisonous, toxic. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like sea urchins. Like I don't remember what if there's 1.5 million things. And actually, yeah, no, technically you can eat jellyfish. You just have to get rid of all of the steamy things. You can, again, almost everything is stuff, but you just have to do it right. Like pufferfish is poisonous, but you can, it's called agawi or something, right? Where if you get the right piece of blowfish, it's edible. Everything is to some extent if you do it, and or again,
yeah, and like the puffer fish, it's only the sack with its poison in it, with its toxins in it, and then again, it's toxic to us, not poisonous. Sorry, but there's a difference, bitch. Sorry, I'm annoying.
No, you're okay. No, you're totally fine. Let's just like go and just see something really quick and just see if we can just. Okay. Let's see what. Okay, there we should. Animal. Jesus. Okay, we'll just do this really quick. I mean, just go to here. Toxic animals. Puffer fish, frogs, snakes, anything that has any toxin in it, technically. Of course, if you're in a religion, then it would be like pork and some of these you don't want to eat, like lions and tigers because they're strict carnivores. You don't want to eat like Arctic predators, polar bears, which, you know, she said, but I mean, literally, there's like a shit ton of things that animals you don't want to eat. Yeah, like you don't want to eat like street cat or dog or domestic animals. That's like poison. So you don't want to eat that shite. Like, I mean, they're not poison, but like they're not good for you, or they're not going to be a good meat. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, let me do this again. I'll share it again. But it's redonkulous that she says this like, oh, there's only like 3 things you can't eat. No, lady, if you don't fucking cook your pork properly, if you don't fucking cook, like how many meats have worms in them. I know that's like pork, but like how many other things have things in them that you like total like chicken? You totally need to cook chicken. It could kill you if not, twat.
Yeah.
They're toxic to us. We can eat anything else. You want a lizard? Go for it. You want a
No, you can't. And no, you can't eat a chipmunk either. A chipmunk?
chipmunk? Go for it.
No, it's actually got a shit ton of diseases, worms, all kinds of things. You can't eat certain birds because they're fucking full of worms. You can't eat certain fish because they're full of worms. What? I mean, you can eat a chipmunk, but you have to like really look, and there's like no meat. But again, like there's certain things that have a lot of fucking bugs in them that you don't want to eat, and there's a reason why we don't eat them.
Right. You can eat any kind of thing that moves, but plants, more than 700 species of plants.
Okay, how many?
Yes,
how
that's
many,
why we don't eat those.
Yeah, how many species?
Stupid fucking cunt.
How many species of plants are there? Millions, gazillions, and you said 700. Fuck you, bitch. You're a dumb cunt. That's still a lot of plants we can eat. You fucking cunt. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know if you can eat platypus. You probably shouldn't. It probably tastes like shite. It's probably pretty greasy.
Why would you want to eat Perry?
I don't know. Yeah, but you know. Yeah, there's a handful of thingy-mabobbers, scorpions, all kinds of shite that, like, this lady's
you can't
dumb.
eat scorpion.
Yeah, no, obviously, because I've eaten them, and I almost killed myself eating that fucking the claw. I should have fucking ate the middle part, not the fucking claw. I'm a dumbass. But anyways, what are the fucking poison frogs? The fucking dart frogs. I mean, Jesus Christ, Beavis and Butthead.
Plants in the United States and Canada alone are deadly toxic.
They're like this is from the Google AI, but there's an estimate of 300,000 edible plant species. Not that we eat all of them, but there are a lot of edible plants.
Once again, things can be edible once you make them edible too.
Yeah, we eat about 200 edible plant species.
You can technically make acorns edible, which is a very, very poisonous nut if you don't do it properly. But the Native Americans figured out a way that if they took it and they like ground it into this like batter or this like paste, and then they like put it underground and they bake it a certain way, and then they take it out.
If you heat them up, if you roast them, they're edible, aren't they?
Yeah, that's pretty much what the natives did. Is what they did in acorn again. They figured out a way to make it into a paste, put it in the ground, and saturate out all of the poison or somehow. Then heat it up and then make it into bread or cakes. Or I don't remember 100%. But anything can be made edible. You can look what we do with alcohol and alcohol. Never mind. And she'll talk about that later. We'll get to that. But listen to this.
30% of Americans have pre-diabetes, and 8 out of 10 people have no symptoms of pre-diabetes. That means they don't go to the doctor for it. They think nothing's wrong with them. I'm doing great. Get my Wheaties. No. I can't tell you how many women came into my office and they would cry because they were just diagnosed with pre-diabetes. Diabetes is knocking on the door of every single person.
Okay, I thought that was a different video, but that's okay. Here, let's go into this.
Corn cannot survive on its own. It needs airplanes with glyphosate in it. They have to spray it with Roundup. Roundup is an antibiotic.
It can survive, but not all of it, and not if we plant it as close together as we do. Because
no shit.
The plant doesn't need that. But if there is pests in there and they chew on it a bit, then people think, it doesn't look pretty anymore. I don't want to eat that.
Yeah.
Like there's so much food that gets wasted because of that mentality.
Yeah, it's dumb as shit, and that's the main problem is people don't want to eat food that looks weird. But like, yeah, lady, people have farms with corn, or people have it in their yard and it grows, you crazy bitch.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Like, it doesn't grow anywhere if you don't have this shit? Fucking, what are you talking about? Like, there's people probably in this audience who have fucking corn like growing like in 1 or 2 stalks in their backyard, and they don't have to have in this shit happening.
Kills your gut bacteria when you eat it. That's why our guts are so jacked. They also inject it with a toxin called BT, which is a bacteria. And they do that because the bugs will eat the corn alive. And what BT does is it blows up the stomach of the bug. And it's genetically engineered to grow with the BT biotoxin in it. I drive around Wisconsin and all you see is corn.
And that kills the bugs that eat it. That does not get into the water. It's not, and I'm pretty sure that's not toxic to humans. Otherwise, they would not put it in there. So, yeah.
And it's natural. It's not like the fucking DDT they used to use back in the day that fucking caused real fucking health fucking problems that we found out. And again, they had cornfields gazillions of years ago, and they fucking grew. What's different now, you fucking cunt? Like, this is just all propaganda bullshit. That's fucking hurting people.
The problem is the difference now is like the amount of what we plant, and like have like, even if you look here at the fields, like they're fucking huge. Like, and like in America, like they're even bigger. Like there you gotta crop dust with planes. Like, for fuck's sake.
The cornfield is across from my house is probably a quarter mile wide at the least.
Yeah,
at least. So I mean, it's huge. So yeah, obviously you're gonna have to do these major things, and as of right now, you have to do these things. Hopefully, in the near future, we're gonna have AI and machines doing things that are gonna be more like on the level and doing it more natural, with like burning, like, and other things. But let's keep cracking on this crackhead, and I totally need another beer.
Cornfields, as far as I can see, it looks nothing like the wild.
Corn was originally developed by these people's ancestors who recognized the potential of a wild plant to give rise to a useful agricultural crop. Interestingly, that wild plant, teosinte, looks very different from modern corn.
You see these huge leaves of corn, and they're this weird color green. Modern corn never existed until humans started fucking around with nature. And now you're really not going to eat the chips, because you're going to see it's a basket of poison. Corn cannot survive on its own. It needs airplanes with glyphosate in it. They have to spray it with Roundup. Roundup is an antibiotic, meaning it kills your gut bacteria.
No!
That's not what it means.
It's not even poisonous to humans, because there actually is a story where a guy tried to commit suicide by drinking it. He didn't. He got a sore tummy. That's it.
There is a version of Roundup, I don't remember, we're not going to go into it now, that there may be cases of people that had long exposure with it. That may have
there's some chemical.
So that's different. That's different, though.
But like it's not toxic. The way it kills the plant is it makes the plant grow extremely fast,
and then
therefore it cannot sustain itself. That's how Roundup kills. And
so
like you can't spray Roundup on your cornfield, because it will also kill the corn.
Yeah. She sells books. She goes on speaking tours and stuff like that, and that's where she's making her money right now. She's really popping on Instagram, I think. Yeah, I think, or I don't know, but that's what it's all a grift for sure. So let's listen to this. Her talk some more about shit she doesn't know about, but she's such an expert for no reason.
Yeah, when you eat it. That's why our guts are so jacked. They also inject it.
No, it's because of all the sugars they put in. We have microplastics. There's a handful of other. There's so much crap that's happening right now. And actually, I think it's more of that we don't have enough, like, probiotic-y thingy-mabobbers are things that actually focus in on that stuff, but I don't know enough about it to know, and so I don't know. But I don't think this bitch knows.
Well,
Not by telling us
the
to eat
amount of
only
people
meat.
that have diabetes is mainly because we eat so much sugar.
Yeah, and that's the problem here with the Americas is there's so much.
That's all over the world.
Yeah, well, I know, but that's why people are having stomach problems and other things. Is there's so much sugars injected into everything. Everything has to taste sugary for no reason.
With a toxin called BT, which is a bacteria. And they do that because the bugs will eat the corn alive. And what BT does is it blows up the stomach of the bug.
I thought we already watched that. Did she say?
Humans corn cannot, protein deficiency doesn't have to look like this. Protein deficiency can look like this. This is Lane, my middle son. Lane was working out in a gym. This is a huge problem.
Okay, let's go
You shouldn't stay out in the sun. You'll get skin cancer. The RDA is bullshit, you guys, just like calories. The RDA was invented after World War II, and the test subjects were unhealthy, deficient people who ate plants. The test subjects were not tested for their insulin levels. Nobody gave a shit about that back then. The more insulin you produce, the more your needs of vitamins and minerals goes up. Those people needed a lot of magnesium. They needed a lot of vitamin C. They needed a lot of zinc. They needed a lot of potassium. They had to process.
Why was they different if people were getting what they needed?
She's just straight out lying, if I'm not mistaken.
No, she totally is. No, of course she is. Hey, reader. Yes, you are in the right place.
The carbohydrate plant matter that they were taking in. You don't need a lot if you're not hyperproducing insulin.
Jesus.
So I want you. Humans really like to get fucked up, and they've been doing it for a long time. This is Edward Singerland. He wrote the book Drunk. His hypothesis is that alcohol actually catalyzed agriculture.
Hunter-gatherers were making beer before they had agriculture, and that it's possible that the desire to make beer.
Citation needed, motherfucker. Were they maybe growing hops and barley? Sure. But why were they not, and why were they not making bread first? I thought that was like one of the first thingy-mabobbers. And then obviously making vegetables, right? Like a potato or something.
Do not trust any information she gives or cites, because she actually just fucking lies about shit.
Yeah, and then guess what show we're fucking on that this dude's talking on?
Joe?
Yep, Joe Rogan. Good call. So, again, don't listen to anything.
Well, if it's about conspiracies and the show supports it, then it's usually Joe.
Yeah, exactly, Timothy. So, once again, don't listen to this dumb cunt. And once again, he just said, and wine. So, why would we only be farming and growing grapes when we could be growing everything else, you fucking idiot? I will agree, there may have been, in the early times, a reason that the monasteries and churches would have wanted there to be a lot of processing of fermentation stuff, right? Barley, wheat, and hops, for them to make the stuff, because it takes a lot of that shite to actually make not that much technically, especially like when you're talking about a spirit, when you're making something into a hard alcohol or a high alcohol content, you use a lot of that shit to make it nothing. So that may have at one point in time seemed like they were making a lot of this, and it was some of the first harvesting plants. But no, it was probably like a potato. It was probably something like a carrot. It was probably something closer to, and then they, of course, they were making bread a gazillion and a half years ago. That was like one of the first thingy-mabobbers that they were doing, right?
And Stop makes a really good point. You have to first produce the plants before you can use them to make something.
And you're not gonna thank you, Stop. You're not gonna figure out that it's those first. Again, you're gonna have all these other things, and this is gonna they're gonna coincide. Developing agriculture is going to be like a million different things at once. As soon as people realize, oh, I can harvest things, oh, I can pick a plot of land and I can put certain things, I can manicure my landscape so I can grow things.
Yeah.
Everything
like,
started
I'm pretty sure,
related to everything.
I'm pretty sure they first figured out that grapes were tasty to eat before they figured out how to make wine out of them.
Yeah, obviously, after like somebody started harvesting the grapes, or they began picking fruits and knowing where they were maybe putting bushes in certain places, or unknowingly dropping seeds in certain places unknowingly, right? And then starting them to grow. And then they realize when they fall off the bush, or I have them in a cellar, isn't that how like some hard alcohol is made that way or something like that? Oh, it was Wash Your Sister sauce. Fermenting the fish stuff in a barrel underground, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I'm sure at some point they realize that like, oh, after we use these for cooking, baking, eating, these things kind of go bad. And when they do in a certain way, then you start to get this effect from them. So yeah, no, definitely it was the starting of eating, then making it into drugs.
And wine is what motivated agriculture.
No, the thing that made it so that people wanted wine and beer more is because that was a clean version of liquids. So you knew you weren't going to die.
Yeah.
Because they had been boiled and cooked, and even if they're fermented, they're clean to some extent. It's closer than the water that you're going to get out of the stagnant pond that's next to your land. If you have a free-flowing river, that's fucking amazing. The only problem about that is you have to go down and grab that water and bring it up every single day.
Yeah, no, like if it's got alcohol in it, then like there's no bacteria or viruses and shit in there.
Yeah, it's technically clean. It's technically clean.
Yeah, of course it can still have other shit in there, but like it'll kill bacteria. Like yeah,
exactly.
Or at least most of it.
And then he said the wrong thing. He said beer. Yeah. It would not be beer. It would be mead and a wine was the first two. Let's call them spirits, although they're not, because you didn't take all of the sugars away, all the other material other than the sugars out of them or something like that. But anyways, it would have been meads from honey, and it would have been grapes at first. Mm-hmm. Then they would have figured out through more of how you harvest larger things, how a beer type of alcohol was made. I think that they were harvesting way other things before that.
Apples actually started.
Go ahead.
The first science of agriculture, 12,000 years ago, and earliest evidence of wine is 6,000 BC. Okay. So,
okay, so what's the difference? And what's the first one again? Sorry.
12,000 years ago.
So not BC.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So once again, we figured out a way to find things to make them into things. But I don't think the first things we started harvesting were what he fucking said. I feel like brainless is correct, and we did foods first, and then we started to do the alcohol. And I know that, like I said, the monasteries, they started having people grow this stuff so they could make their wines at the least. And then the harder spirits and stuff, the monks.
In the Tanshan Mountains, there's a wild apple orchard there. The apples got out of the Tanshan Mountains and made their way through the Silk Road and transported. But what they did with them was not make apple pies. They made cider. They made alcohol. They made booze.
But did they eat them first?
That was
and
indeed,
then when
like,
they...
that was indeed one of the things they made out of it.
Yeah, and then just because they didn't bake it into a pie first, bitch, doesn't mean that fucking they didn't eat them. They probably ate them, and eventually they started getting ripe, if you know what I mean. And then they were like, woo, these are fucking awesome. Well, hey, if we take a couple of these, and they're already going bad, if we take a couple of these and you put them into a thing and you do this little process and shake it up a little bit, or you have this little spout that gets the air to, you know, go out so it doesn't explode the container it's in, woo, it makes this fun thing. Cool. Citation needed again. Like, what doesn't say they didn't eat it first, you twat? And maybe it was too bitter to eat. Maybe they just made it into alcohols and then they started breeding it into being sweeter. Who cares? That doesn't matter. Yeah. What does that make? Why is that bad? How is this bad?
The main reason why humans started agricultural is mainly because they needed a more reliable supply of food.
It's food.
It takes very little fruit. We're talking like a half an apple a day, and you be putting on visceral fat. And it's because we just...
What?
Wait. She thinks you get fat from apples? Did she just say you get fat from apples? She totally just said you get fat from apples. Did she just say you get fat from apples? I swear to God, she just said you get fat from apples.
Where are all the apples that I've been eating?
Jesus Christ!
Because I've mainly had the diet that she says, like meat, okay, and then it's the cheap meat and like air fried, but
Jesus Christ! No. Okay, let's hear it again.
It takes very little fruit. We're talking like a half an apple a day, and you be putting on visceral fat. And it's because we just don't need that much glucose.
Oh my God. Is it a lot of sugars, kind of, to some extent?
Yeah,
but it doesn't make you... You're not getting fat from eating apples, you fucking weird, unless...
No, but like, you will put on... you will create some fat, but like there's...
I mean, you can't just drink apple juice all day and think you're going to get skinny. They put extra sugars in their apples, and fruits do have a lot of sugars. But if you're mixing them with other things and you're moving around and doing things, then you're golden. If you're sitting around... See, this is the other thing.
Eat appropriate to what you do during...
Yeah, sure. And this is the other thing.
Weekends, I eat less than during the week because I just don't do as much.
Yeah, but if you did what this lady was telling you to do and you sat around like a YouTuber and didn't move, you would still get fat. And, well, you're probably going to die of a heart attack, especially the way that she orders this meal in just a second. And they're okay with butter, and they don't want you to... She'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah, we'll but then it's real butter, not margarine.
Yeah, no, I know, and just wait until she orders this steak in a second. But let's get into what she thinks of vegans.
The vegans that tell you you have the right jaw for eating plants and blah, 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 blah. This is the stomach acid of these different species. Humans are 1.5. We are just barely above a vulture. Our stomachs are more acidic than a dog and a cat, than a wolf and a lion. We all...
Don't we need that to break
our
up
bodies
vegetables,
have problems.
though?
Yeah, our body have problems with digesting certain plant materials. That does not
Yeah.
mean that we're not made to eat them. Like,
yeah, and again, that's
and
why
like
there's so much
we're
acid in there.
and like we are not made to only eat meat, but we're also not meant to only eat plants.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, and if they come up with a affordable and a good alternative to meat, yeah, I'll go for it. Why not? If that means you don't have to kill an animal, yeah. But do realize, as soon as that happens, the pigs, the way we know them, will go extinct.
Yeah. So yes, definitely they coexist or co-evolved for sure. And yes, one of the things was because grain got wet, and that's how they made certain alcohols. Again, like I said, with them finding out fruits, and then also something else they found out, Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, but what's grain's Instagram name? What? Oh, you mean the actual plant grain? Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
no, the actual
I thought like who got
grain.
wet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Also, can't digest plants in our gut. We don't have the right bacteria in our guts to break down cellulose, and we don't have a hind gut.
Then why do we not shit it out full? Why does it get
Yeah,
digested?
no, but what she's saying is partly true. Like a cow has multiple stomachs and regurgitates it, chews it again, and then it goes to another stomach. So yeah, but like still, we are equipped to get nutrients out of it, not as efficiently as a cow can, because otherwise we could live off grass. Not like the way you're living off grass, you dumbass.
Yeah, that's the wrong grass.
Or the right grass, depending on how you look at it. No, but yeah. But still, like, because if what she says is true, all vegans would be dead.
Yeah. Okay, so let's really quick go through this crazy shit. This is what she said a year ago.
I looked this up to make sure this was accurate because I didn't believe it at first that there's only 11, and it is true. There's only 11 chemicals that are banned from our cosmetics or body lotions or whatever we're putting on
in
our
America.
Skin. The thing that really bothers me is that our babies are not being born pure. I found this study to show you. This is
They're
by
not
the
being
Environmental
born
Working
pure.
Group, and what they found was they took 10 babies and tested their cord blood. They found 287 chemicals in their cord blood of these 10 babies. Stain and oil repellents used in fast food packaging.
Still citation needed. I don't believe you.
Oh,
lady.
yeah, no, but that's fact.
Or
But
I
that's
believe-
not
or I
because
believe
people
that-
eat plants. It's not because people eat plants, you stupid cunt.
I have done every.
Yeah,
She
not
showed
just that, I don't know
packaging
what other
from
chemicals-
McDonald's.
Yeah.
He showed packages from McDonald's as an example. So that has nothing to do with eating fucking plants.
Yes. So here's her saying this.
Fucking diet on the planet, ladies. I was vegan for 7 years. I did a 23-day water fast. I did carnivore when it was Atkins. I did keto multiple
You did a 27-day water fast? Bullshit.
times. I did.
No, but also,
Whole 3, I did macro.
like if you do all those kinds of things, like you're constantly shocking your body.
Yeah.
Like none of those things that she showed there are healthy. Like you can do a healthy vegan diet, but that's hard and costs a lot of money.
Yeah. Again, it's a mixture of everything. You have to take everything in a little bit at a time. It's all about not overdosing yourself. If you do too much of one thing, your body won't be able to filter it out. But you still need a little bit of everything. You still need a little bit of these vitamins. You still need a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then if you want to build muscles, then you need protein and this and that. And then, if you have a goal to lose weight, then manicure it more to fit eating this and less of this, but don't take things out per se, because then your body also freaks out, and then it can cause it to go into shock, like you were saying, brainless. And so it's not about doing extremes, it's about not even doing that. Like, I try my hardest, even though I'm horrible at it, but I try my hardest to eat different types of food every single day, or at least different type of meat every single day, or different style of food every day, just so I'm trying to mix it up so my body is hopefully getting as much. And I know I'm horrible about eating and drinking anyways, but I am not like blah blah blah. Like, I know the difference between, okay, so now we got that. She's pretty much just saying she's done everything, and now here's this.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever watched Naked and Afraid? It's hilarious. They take people out into the woods and drop them off, and they're naked. They're supposed to go out and survive for like a long time. It's like a month out in the wild in these weird regions of the world.
Oh my God, that's such a long time, a month. Oh my God, can you imagine like being in the wild for a night? Oh my God, what would I do? It would be so scary. I'd have to be with the animals that I eat. Ugh.
What you'll learn when you watch that show is there's no plant food to eat, because that's not how the wild is.
I'd want to go out and try to find edible plants so I can make sure to do my share.
The risk of
Not good. I feel
trying to eat
really
to find edible plants is so high that in a situation like that, yes, it is smarter to stick with meat, because we don't know what plants are edible. We don't know that anymore.
Yeah, and
that takes a couple of generations to figure out.
Sure, and I will totally. We are fucking so humanized that most of us can't eat non-processed vegetables because they are tough on the digestive system. So, what's easier to do?
I guess.
What's easier to do? Make a trap and have something fall into it or get into it, or you to figure out a way to go and harvest the smallest little itty bittiest versions of something. Even if you do find an edible version of something, all you're going to find is something like a pea or a flower or
and it's
a
gonna
bud.
It's gonna be just one or two thingies that you can eat.
Yeah, it's going to be micro. So you're going to waste more energy trying to get that than not, because they're not going to drop you in a place that's habitable and that has a bunch of vegetables if you're on a fucking TV show like this. Also, you dumb cunt, like, why do you think they place them there? Because there's no fucking things to eat, you idiot. They did that on purpose because it's not easy. Otherwise, it would be called Naked and, oh, let me find some vegetables in this garden over here.
Naked on vacation.
Yeah, naked while I'm eating fucking fruit and vegetables while I'm laying in a hammock, you dumbass. What the fuck are you thinking, you cunt? This is the worst example of something, dude. It's fucking dumb as shite.
This is welcome to fucking America.
America.
really crappy right now. And I know that's because my body is craving protein.
I know we think that the wild is like that because we walk into the produce section and there's celery and kiwis and cucumbers.
Yeah, but how many people go into the forest and go, hey, let me just go start foraging? You dumb cunt. None of us, you fucking cunt. What are you talking about? None of us go into the goddamn motherfucking store and go, hey, if I go into the goddamn wild, hee-hee, all I gotta do is pick some goddamn fucking cucumbers, hee-hee. No, you idiot. Nobody. Oh, I fucking hate people.
Calm down.
Humans suck.
Cucumbers, and that's not real. That isn't really how wild produce grows. Now, we've been able to make that produce grow through selective breeding. We have
just like the cows,
just
like
the all the fucking animals,
just like all the chickens, just like everything else, you twat.
Selectively bred plants to produce those kinds of really oddly weird vegetables and produce, but it's the same thing.
Why do you think they're odd and weird? What makes them odd and weird? Just because you don't want to take part in them. I don't see them as odd or weird.
Thing with the labradoodle. How did we get the labradoodle? The Indians that lived in the Pacific Northwest, they didn't have fucking labradoodles. So how did we get labradoodles? Through selective breeding. The cucumber that you're eating out of the grocery store is
So why don't you use that for
bringing up?
But now why isn't she not?
Now she's destroying her own point.
She just destroyed her own point. Just like I said earlier, I said, we did that to everything. Everything we've done that to. The fucking cows, the fucking bulls, the fucking sheep, everything that you consume is been genetically modified in some way, shape, or form by whatever type of modification. Breeding, DNA, GMOs now, whatever. Everything has been a beeping fucking... Jesus Christ, these people. Okay, I'll keep going.
Is a labradoodle. Through selective breeding, it has been created to be this huge, long, big, huge fruit. That's not the real wild fruit. Real.
Yes. Like, what is wrong with that?
And what do you think a cow looks like? Why do you think a cow looks so fucking huge and big and its stomach bulges out to fucking
it was already that big, but like, yeah, they did make, well, it was
and their
a bit
teats,
leaner, yes.
And their teats, like their udders would not be that huge if we did not make it so that their sacks could feel larger. They were bred so, everything. Like, what are you talking about, you cunt? Everything was being made so that it could be bred to do more of the things, if you know what I'm saying, right? Okay, Brainless, are you proud of me? Look, I deleted Crazy Shite and I started all over again. Look, there's only 4 videos in it.
Good boy.
Okay, so here we go, and here, we didn't go to, hold on. I want us to play this. We have to play this. When she orders at a restaurant. Where's where she orders at a restaurant? This fucking weird twat. Here we go. Here's her ordering at a restaurant.
People always ask me how to eat primally at restaurants. So we came to Nashville today. We are sitting here at this little restaurant called The Farmhouse. They do everything the right way. They don't cook in seed oils. They're cooking my ribeye in clarified butter. I'm gonna get the same exact thing. Ribeye, 12 ounce. If you had a 16, I'd take that. Yeah, I do. Awesome. I'll take a 16 ounce. You want it medium rare? Medium rare. No sides, just the meat. Thank you.
Christ.
Oh, yeah, and like what we just talked about, like I just quickly looked it up, and like the gallons per day that a cow produces, and this list starts slightly before 2000. It was about 5.5 liters per day. In 2020, it was 7.5. That is almost double.
Yeah.
Like, how is that different than making your plants grow faster and shit like that? Like, what? What? You stupid or something?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to read things and catch up. Okay, let's go into this lady telling us the carnivore diet.
The carnivore diet is simple, but not easy. So in this video, I've gathered 6 years worth of my experience to give you my best tips, pointers, expectations, and exactly how you can succeed with the carnivore diet. Let's get started. This first point is what has made the most impact on my health and weight loss: high fat. A high fat carnivore diet can be very
high fat. So that's the first thing you're supposed to do, especially because, you know, she She probably runs around. She probably exercises a shit ton. So that would work if you have that kind of lifestyle.
Completely wrong. Budgeting on a carnivore diet is absolutely possible. And one of the most popular comments that I get about a carnivore lifestyle is, man, I would do it if I could afford it. You just have to know my tips and hacks. First thing, download the Flip app, FLIPP. I'll make sure to link it down below. Once you download the app, set your location.
What?
I don't care about that. I don't care about that.
You need to take
Yeah, but
proper
like-
photos today. In fact, you should have.
What's she
Oh my
talking about?
Jesus.
It being expensive? Like, these days, meat is so much cheaper than anything else.
Yes. Okay.
Like, how stupid is she?
Dumb. They're all into that dumbass thingy-mabobbers. Yeah, they use hormones and they inject them with like vitamins and shit.
Yeah, the hormones is a bit died down over here, but
yeah,
I'm pretty sure in
over
America
here.
that's still happening every fucking day.
And they fucking inject them with like B vitamins, C's, D's, elemental P's. So I mean, like, it's not natural. None of the shit. All that fucking steak that bitch ate ain't fucking natural. You're eating just as much fake shit in that than you are eating GMOs or modified things with supposed antiseptics or whatever, things on it. So, all right, folks, I think that's where we're going to end it today. Tomorrow is going to be Crackpot Conspiracies.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be going over the micro conspiracies. Yes, over there. Because this one I was going to do for tomorrow, but there's enough content that I was like, but fuck it, we'll do a whole thing on it because she's fucking crazy. And
She's loco.
Yes. And I found out other things, and then we'll do drunk news. And I found a new cryptid that I've rarely heard of, but it seems like it's been getting more play, which is Bat Squatch.
Bat Squatch?
Yes, it's a huge bat. So we're going to go over Bat Squatch Thursday. So that will be lots of fun. All right, folks. Thank you very much for being here. Make sure that you hit the bell notifications. If you could, send a little bit of money to my PayPal or Venmo. And if you do, next time I'll eat some bugs. I just need a little bit more gas money for this weekend because YouTube didn't pay me. Thanks, YouTube. So I'll see you all later. And yes, stay cool and stay hydrated, please. We'll see you all tomorrow. Same freak time, same freak channel. Everybody, bye. We'll get the fuck out of here.
Bye-bye.